Guys, how fired up are you?
Can't wait.
Pretty excited.
This will be my second time out there.
Okay, so that's
not
true.
ever, just this balloon.
It's true. These guys are hosting tomorrow morning, 7 to 9. We'd
Can't
appreciate
wait,
it if you watch
It's going
it.
to be fantastic.
It's going to be a lot of effort.
And great weather, too, right?
Yeah, it looks
Perfect weather.
Yeah.
Here's your forecast right here. If we're going to get you guys up that early,
Yeah.
we're going green light.
Yeah.
I just can't do it to you.
Yeah.
I can't have you out there getting up at 2 in the morning. What time are you getting up?
I head right over there from here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's actually a
pretty
good idea.
much.
Might as well.
You don't want to get stuck in traffic.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, be prepared. This is a good weekend to go, though. Winds very light, 51 degrees tomorrow morning for the Mass Ascension. Tomorrow evening's final event, 72 degrees in the evening, and then Sunday morning looks great, too. So no issues there. Let's talk a little bit about the Albuquerque box here, because we talk about it all the time, and we kind of break this down for you every year around Fiesta time. What makes Albuquerque an especially good place for ballooning? Well, as far as how things shake out, we get that cool air which forms over the northern mountains each night. Cool air is heavy air, though, so it comes rolling out of the mountains toward the Albuquerque area and down along the lowest points of the Rio Grande Valley. So around each morning, about sunrise, we start to see that cool air drain down from the north. That's the first component in the Albuquerque box, because as we lift off from Balloon Fiesta, a lot of those balloons will get up in the air and start to head to the south. Now, as they get up a little higher in the atmosphere, they start to go back to the north because the prevailing winds a little higher in the atmosphere tend to come out of the south and southwest. So you start off going down across the south, and then as you get a little higher, you get pushed back to the north, and you get the deal. You kind of rotate your way around, and that's part of the reason Albuquerque's a pretty good spot to do a lot of ballooning. And over the next couple of days, we're going to show that because we're going to have some very good weather for the wrap-up to Fiesta. 61 degrees in the metro. Southeast winds right now at 5 miles an hour. Temperatures to the north mainly in the 50s. Down to the south, anywhere from the 50s in Ruidoso all the way up to the 60s. In Deming all the way over to Hobbs and Roswell. Not much in the way of cloud cover, much less any showers out there. The storm system we had to deal with through much of the week is now dropping its way farther to the south, so it's not going to be a big factor here. The biggest story for us this weekend is high pressure sliding back overhead and a big-time warm-up. Here's a look at today's highs across the west. 60s and 70s, not all that warm. But by Sunday, we're going to be in the 70s and 80s with a temperature increase between 7 and 12 degrees. Here in central sections, it gets a little better. We're going to warm up even a little bit more. In Albuquerque, we hit around 72 today. Going to get up to 81 on Sunday. That's a 9-degree temperature jump. Santa Fe is going to jump up nicely, but it's across the east side of the state where we pull that warm air off the mountains out into the plains. We continue to warm it up and dry it out, and take a look at the temperature jump on the way across the east for Sunday. Today we got into the 60s, going to get into the 90s, and Roswell and Tucumcari almost a 30-degree jump across this area. Now, throughout much of next week, we're going to see a lot of sunshine, but we will keep an eye on that storm system, which was over the state throughout much of the week. It's now down to our south. It does still look like it's going to sit over the Pacific throughout much of the work week, and then in toward the weekend, it will enter the southwest once again. Now, right now, it's looking like this thing is going to start to fall apart as it heads in our direction, but the good news is, behind this particular storm, we have 2 or 3 others, so this may well be a situation where we get into a much stormier pattern going into next week, especially next weekend and the following week. 70s across southern Colorado. As you can see, a lot of sunshine on the way the next 4 to 5 days at least. Same deal across the southwest, partly cloudy and isolated showers a possibility, but nothing I'd plan around. Over to the southeast, partly cloudy and mild with those temperatures mainly in the 70s, but getting to the 90s on Sunday before another cool down. Roy at 79, 77 in Las Vegas, and 71 in Mora, mostly sunny. Over the northern mountains, a cool start and a beautiful finish. Great weekend to check out the Aspens across northern New Mexico. 74 in Edgewood, 74 in Tijeras. A lot of sunshine here in the metro. Rio Rancho looks good. Lots of sunshine with temperatures in the high 70s. And your extended forecast for Albuquerque all the way to 81 on Sunday. And it does look like we'll start to get into the storm mix again late next week.
Great forecast.
Yep, looks good.
Thank you, Mark.